let's talk sports with Abi Yomo, who joins us now. Abi, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Rotis, and good morning, Vimba, and good morning, Dr. Abati. Nice to see all three of you this morning. A lot happened in the world of sports, and we'll begin here in Nigeria. The Niger Delta Sports Festival came to an end yesterday, but quite on a sad note because we had some athletes refusing to leave the venue of the event, especially the camp, citing unpaid allowances. Now, they say that initially the amount to be paid was not announced. It's quite a messy situation with so many having different views. Some say that the coaches want the money to be paid directly to them first, while others say that, as the organizers say that, most of the athletes submitted their accounts only on Monday, and the remitter system is bringing a lot of difficulties, so monies have not been fully paid. They have to pay about 4,000 athletes who competed at the games and are sure that the monies will be paid. But the athletes are really not convinced at this point. Well, the event was planned early and they already knew when it was going to come to an end. So the case of athletes not being paid is something that keeps reoccurring here in Nigeria. Hopefully, the monies are being paid to these athletes. This is meant to be a discovery thing for the athletes, and it's sad that they have to see this experience in the media edition of these games. And away from that, we'll go to the Champions League, where so many Arsenal fans definitely woke up on the right side of the bed after a 3-0 victory against Real Madrid. This is something so many did not see happening, especially with the star power of Madrid. Now, Arsenal without a striker, they have been playing a makeshift striker in person of Mikel Merino, got a 3-0 victory against Madrid. 2 goals courtesy of a free kick by Declan Rice, his first career direct free kick, and he made it 2. He scored the first one in 58 minutes, and 12 minutes later, he ensured that he proved to everybody that it's not a thing of luck, but he did it another time. And the third goal came from Merino. He's the first player in the Champions League history to score 2 direct free kicks in the knockout stage of the tournament. Big feat for Arsenal. They're getting a 3-0 victory against Madrid, 15-time Champions League title holders. And they'll be hoping to hold this win against Madrid next Wednesday. Well, Mbappe has said that there is a possibility of getting a comeback, but it's looking like a tall order for them at the moment. And away from Arsenal, we also had another match being played yesterday in the UEFA Champions League. That was the game between Inter and Bayern Munich. Now, Inter Milan got a 2-1 victory against Bayern in their own home ground. They got the first goal courtesy of a Trivela ball by Lautaro Martinez, and Müller thought he had gotten a final equalizer for them, but Fertesi just had to get a late winner against Bayern to, well, cause a lot of chaos heading into the second leg, which would be in their own home in Italy. And after the Arsenal's game, it was a very nice moment there for Declan Rice, who said it's one of the best times of his career. Let's take a listen to what Declan Rice had to say.
The best moment in my career so far. 2 free kicks against Real Madrid, quarter-final at home. Can't ask for much more.
Well, obviously, wonderful performance from not just Declan Rice, but the Arsenal team. We had Partey playing a very good game last night. Away from that, we have matches to be played today in the UEFA Champions League. And Dortmund will face off against a Barcelona side who've been impressive this Champions League campaign. Now, both teams have met earlier in the group stage of this Champions League season, and Barcelona had a victory. But this is the knockout stage. Anything could happen. We have these 2 teams facing off 3 times since 2019. Barcelona had 2 wins, and they've just recorded a draw against Dortmund. And both teams have 2 prolific goal scorers in this Champions League campaign. That's Rafinha, who's the highest goal scorer with 11 points, and there's Serhou Guirassy, who has 10 goals being scored in the Champions League. We'll see what happens in the game tonight. And another game we played tonight in the UEFA Champions League, the game between Aston Villa, who traveled to Paris to face off against a PSG side who've already been confirmed winners of the Ligue 1. PSG had a resurgence from the start of January. They've been flying not just in the Champions League, in the Ligue 1, and also in the French Cup. And there's Aston Villa, who has the likes of Asensio, who joined in January. There's Rashford, and they have so many good players in the Arsenal. But it's a tie that looks almost at par. We'll see what happens between both teams as they face off there in Paris. I move away from the Champions League and go quickly to the news coming from the club, FIFA Club World Cup, which says that referees will wear body cams in this tournament. Now, this is going to be like a test run, and according to FIFA, it's going to give the viewers the experience to really see what is happening, and especially to take note of goalkeeping delays during the game. We'll see how effective this is going to be come June when the FIFA Club World Cup starts. And finally, for me, we have the Basketball Africa League currently ongoing, and Al Ittihad of Egypt, who initially had won 2 of their first games, got a victory against Rivers Hoopers of Nigeria. Rivers Hoopers had also been on a 2-game unbeaten run in this particular tournament, but lost to Al Ittihad, who were too strong for them, especially in the second, third, and fourth quarters. In the first quarter, they looked almost at par, but the Rivers Hoopers will still have opportunities to do better in their next game. So that's all for me on the World of Sports today.
Yeah, I have to start with Bayern Munich and the loss at Inter Milan. Bayern Munich is they're missing so many key players. Alphonso Davies, Upamecano, Michel. I think Upamecano is the only one that can play possibly this season. The rest of them have been ruled out completely. So, company has like a juggling act there. They can still possibly come back in the second leg, but it's a team that needs a whole lot of investment going forward. And the Opta rankings did have Arsenal, predicted Arsenal to beat Real Madrid. I think it's who is ranked number 1? Barcelona, PSG, and Arsenal as your top 3 to win this particular tournament, with Barcelona having the highest chance. So well done, Arsenal. It's a solid game. And that free kick, according to the history, it's the first one, the direct free kick they scored in the Champions League, I think, since 2021 or so. So incredible stuff there from Declan Rice. Congrats to him. Arsenal could do the impossible. My father is ecstatic right now.
Speaking of people who are ecstatic, I'm sure Ayo right now is just having the time of her life with this. And I saw some videos circulating of Arsenal fans who'd gone to the prayer mountain for fasting and prayers. See what the Lord has done. I don't have a team, but I know that Arsenal fans right now are really just indulging in this moment, because unfortunately it doesn't happen very often. But you didn't hear me say that. Now, to the Rivers Hoopers, I'm a big basketball fan. I love the BAL League and the momentum that it's been building. But after this defeat against the Egyptian team, the Rivers Hoopers are going to need a victory if they're going to make it to the Kalahari Conference. But we know they're always dominant. But Al Ittihad, Egyptian teams, it's almost like football, where you get sort of the same countries that are always dominant in these tournaments and throughout. But hopefully we get to see the Rivers Hoopers move forward. So we'll be crossing our fingers that the next game, that they can be victorious with that.
Very quickly, congratulations to the NDDC on the success of the Niger Delta Sports Festival. And congratulations to Bayelsa, that came first with a haul of 42 gold medals, followed by Delta, and then followed by Edo State, which had 21 gold medals. The expectation is that the coaches and the scouts that when they have been able to identify special talents who could be used for future purposes. However, there's a disturbing report from the sport athletes that were quartered at the CCC Center. Athletes from Imo, from Edo, from Oyo, and all that. They said they were not paid their allowances. We hear this story all the time. Once there is a sports festival, people are not paid allowances. That's number 1. I'm not done. Number 2 has to do with Declan Rice. I think yesterday was historic for him. He had, played 398 games. He had taken 12 free kicks. He had never scored anyone. But yesterday, he scored 2. That's quite an achievement. And for Bayern Munich, they've been having a 22-match unbeaten home run. That ended yesterday with Inter Milan beating them. And then finally, let's remember Aurelio Pereira, the sports manager that discovered Ronaldo, Nina, and a number of others. He died at 77. and tributes have been paid to him for his contributions to the game of football. Euro 2016 champions from Portugal were in fact named the Aurelios because he alone had 10 of the players that he identified and trained. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much, Ebi Yomo.